Hi friends, we are at RAM IS. We are providing coaching for IS and we are running foundation batches from 12 to graduation, and that foundation batch is 3-year batch, right? And the success rate of foundation batch is very high. We are also running 1-year batch, intensive comprehensive 1-year batch, pre-cum means. So we are providing writing practice for mains, answer writing. We are providing essay writing practice. At the same time, we are always enriching our content with the day-to-day basis. We always update current affair of the student so that current affair should not be a big hurdle in front of the student. As a RAM IS or as a RAM sir, on the behalf of RAM sir, we are doing a great effort towards the excellent coaching providing by the RAM IS, particularly by the RAM sir. So today in the current affair we are going to discuss Rohingya crisis in India. So India is very much infected with the Rohingya crisis. Rohingya, see, this is Rakhine state. This is Rakhine state, and it is a part of Myanmar. And the majority of the population of Myanmar is Buddhist community, and this Rakhine state is particularly inhabited by the Rohingya Muslims, and these Rohingya Muslims are considered as stateless people. Why they are considered as stateless people? Because Myanmar is claiming that these people are not the people of Myanmar, they are the people of from Bangladesh, right? So they are not the original inhabitant of the Myanmar. So that's why there is a tussle going on between this Rohingya Muslims and the Buddhist. So Buddhist terrorism is expelling these people from Rakhine state to Bangladesh, and from there they are moving to the India. So they are entering in the different part of India, in Mizoram, in Tripura, in Bangladesh, in other parts of India, right? So see this map. So here is Burma and Mandle, and Rakhine state is there, and Cox's Bazar. Cox's Bazar is a this meeting place between Myanmar and Bangladesh. And this this part is India, and this is Bangladesh, and this is again right. This is India. So from there, Rakhine Rohingya Muslims, they are migrated to Bangladesh, and then they move to the India, right? So I hope this map is clear to all of you. And see the situation of crisis. See next slide. In this slide you can see, or you can imagine, the pathetic condition of Rohingya Muslims, how they are surviving in Myanmar and how they are persecuted by the Buddhist majority in Myanmar, right? In the background, if we are discussing about the background, this Rohingya Muslims are the most persecuted people in the world, and approximate 10 million Rohingya people, they live in Myanmar, and they are persecuted by the predominantly Buddhist people in Rakhine state. So Rohingya, they are illegal immigrants. According to Myanmar government, they are saying that they are illegal immigrants, and Myanmar government treats them as stateless people. So denying them citizenship, stringent restrictions have been placed on the Rohingyas. And violence in the past, violence broke out in northern Rakhine state, where militant attacked government forces. So government started Buddhist militia, government started clearance operation over there, and approximate 1,000 Rohingya Muslims were killed by the forces, and approximate 3 lakh Rohingya Muslims, they have to flee from their homes. According to Ministry of Home Affairs, there are approximately 40,000 Rohingya Muslims. They are living in India, in different parts of India, in Delhi, in Gurugram, in West Bengal, and they are claiming that they are not Rohingya Muslims. They are the Western Bengal Muslims, but their culture is different. This living structure is different. Their habits are different. So it cannot be. So says that that they are the particularly. Next is a global framework. See, what is global framework regarding the refugee? The refugee law is a part of international human rights law, and it was UNHRC United Nations Human Refugee Commission was established in 1951, and India is not a signatory of that. Even India is not ratified that. In 1967, a protocol was designed on the status of refugees. India did not sign that, and India is not a part of that. So India is saying that we have no compulsion about this 1951 and 1967 protocols. Since India is not a binding, India is not bind these agreements not bind India, so it is not neither a party of 1951 convention nor the protocol. So India does not bind on these issues, right? So this is global framework, and situation is that according to advisory opinion of extra territorial application is binding on all states. UNHRC said that in 2007 we have guidelines, and those guidelines are binding on all the states, whether those countries are signatory of 1951 convention or they are not they are not a member of 1967 protocol. See, what is the people are saying that Article 14 is saying that Universal Declaration of Right to Equality, and this Article 14 of Indian Constitution is not providing right to equality to the Rohingya Muslims. Article 51, that is related to the state should endeavor to promote international peace and security, and people are claiming that India is not favoring this international peace and security, right? Constitution also says about Article 21. Article 21 is right to life and personal liberty. So that's why this citizen of India, they want to promote right to life and personal liberty of the Rohingya Muslims. Okay. Next is domestic responsibility. What should be the domestic responsibility of India? Because fundamental rights Article 14 is treating this Rohingya Muslims as equal. So Rohingya refugees, because we have given Article 14 and 21 to all the people, all the people of world. So that's why they have filed a case in Supreme Court that India is not protecting Article 21 and 14 of the Indian Constitution. So India should obey all these things, right? Next is India's stance. What is the India's stance? That India's stance is India lacks specific legislation. The first thing is India does not have any specific legislation related to the asylum policy, related to the refugees. The Foreigner Act 1946, that is creating a problem, and the Citizenship Amendment of 2019, they have not they have not discussed about the Rohingya Muslims, the problem of Rohingya Muslims, and the limitation on the basis of religion fails to stand the test of right to equality under Article 14 and Article 21. Article 14 is a basic structure of the Constitution, so that should be treated equally, right? And what should be the way forward, we will discuss later on. Thank you and have a nice day.